So Lotus Notes migration has been a long-term process. It started with migrating the email from Lotus Notes to Microsoft Office 365. And that process, EPA was one of the first adopters of Office 365 in the government. And they did the agency did this process very fast. And so there were a lot of challenges along the way in learning how this was going to work for the agency and dealing with issues such as using the trusted internet connection the government has, things like that. So there were a lot of challenges in just getting up and running on the email system, getting reliable service. And then once that happened, there's been adoption of the tools in place. So adoption of SharePoint, adoption of the new Outlook tools, and also OneDrive. So moving through that process has been one set of challenges. But the other challenge is we now had 22,000 Lotus Notes applications in addition to the email. And of those 22,000 applications, we had to look at those 22,000 and understand which of those applications we need to keep, which need to be migrated, and then which need to be archived or deleted or saved on litigation hold for the future. And so we went through that and just found that there were about 2,000 applications up front that looked like they needed to be migrated. And then we did a second look at those applications and discovered that, in fact, there was maybe a much smaller fraction that truly were applications. Many were simply databases or file stores, things like that, basically the equivalent of a simple Excel sheet. So things that didn't need to be transferred as applications. Once we've identified the things that truly are applications, we're trying to reduce duplication. So we want to reduce the number of applications we move because it's important for the agency to reduce that. So, for example, we have 30-plus fleet management solutions in Lotus Notes. We want to end up with one fleet management solution when we're done. So that's a great example of how we want to work across the agency. We had multiple emergency contact databases. We want to end up with one emergency contact tool. It might be that every part of the agency has their own actual copy of that database and tool, but we want to make sure that there's one tool. We're not doing development over and over again. So that process of figuring out how to reduce the number of applications and where to put them on standardized platforms or commercial off-the-shelf software instead of building customized capabilities in, say, Java, for example. That's another challenge. So really getting standardized, working across the entire agency to get people to cooperate on that standardization, and reducing our overall footprint has been a huge challenge for us.